On the 7th of February 2011, Ghanem was released after 11 days in detention. Upon his release, he was greeted with cheers and applause when he stated, "We will not abandon our demand, and that is the departure of the regime." The same day, Ghanem appeared on the Egyptian channel Dream TV on the 10th p.m. program hosted by Mona Shazli. On the 10th of February 2011, Mubarak formally addressed Egypt amid speculation of a military coup, but rather than resigning as was widely expected, he simply stated he would delegate some of his powers to Vice President Suleiman, while continuing as Egypt's head of state. Reactions to Mubarak's statement were marked by anger, frustration, and disappointment, and throughout various cities there was an escalation of the number and intensity of demonstrations. On the 11th of February 2001, the Friday of departure, massive protests continued in many cities as Egyptians refused the concessions announced by Mubarak. Finally, at 6 p.m. local time, Suleiman announced Mubarak's resignation, entrusting the Supreme Council of Egyptian Armed Forces with the leadership of the country. On the 13th of February 2011, the Supreme Council dissolved Egypt's parliament and suspended the constitution in response to demands by demonstrators. The council also declared that it would hold power for 6 months, or until elections could be held. Calls were made that the council provide more details and specific timetables and deadlines. Major protests subsided but didn't end. In a gesture to a new beginning, protesters cleaned up and renovated Tahrir Square, the epicenter of the demonstrations, although many pledged they would continue protest until all demands had been met. On the 17th of February 2011, the army stated it wouldn't field a candidate in the upcoming presidential elections. 4 important figures of the former regime were detained on that day: former Interior Minister Habib al-Adli, former Minister of Housing Ahmed Maghrabi, and former Tourism Minister Zohair Garana, as well as steel tycoon Ahmed Az. On the 3rd of March 2011, a day before large protests against him were planned, Ahmed Shafiq stepped down as Prime Minister and was replaced by Issam Sharaf. On the 19th of March 2011, the constitutional referendum was held and passed by 77%. On the 22nd of March 2011, parts of Interior Ministry building catches fire during police demonstrations outside it. On the 23rd of March 2011, the Egyptian cabinet orders a law criminalizing protests and strikes. Under the new law, anyone organizing or calling for a protest will be sentenced to jail and or a fine of 500,000 LE.